welcome or welcome back to Tarot AF. So today we're going to look at who has a crush on you. And before anyone says anything, before any doubts start to creep in, the piles have already been, the oracle cards have been shuffled. There are people out there who have a crush on you, okay? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of it. So what we're going to look at today, we're going to have a look at who this person is, how you guys met, what they think about you, and how the relationship has been so far, so you can kind of get a gauge. And after that, we'll get some channeled messages, so what they wish they could say to you, and we'll also get you some love affirmators as well. So if you've never been to a pick a card reading before, hello, welcome to Tarot AF. So where I tell everyone that someone has a crush on them, because they do, there are people out there. You can take a moment, you can pause the video, you can see which pile is calling to you, which one intuitively you feel drawn to, and then what I do is I post the times in the box below and you can meet me there for your reading. I will see you guys there. Bye. Hello, my glorious friends of pile one. So if you picked these oracle cards and this rose quartz rough piece, then this is for you. So I have shuffled your oracles. So firstly, we have tarantula, we have fire ant, we have man holding a heart, and we also have abundance. So first things first, we've got two fire signs, and then these cards are both red, fiery, hot. So this person could be, does not necessarily have to be, but I would be surprised if they didn't have heavy fire sign energy. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And with the tarantula, I feel like this person in their life, and so these are things, these are kind of traits or attributes or maybe things that this person might be going through that might give you an indication of who they are. With the tarantula, I feel like they might be at a kind of crossroads, and maybe they are a really intuitive person who finds abundance because they listen to that voice inside of them, and they kind of follow where their heart goes, follow where their gut takes them a lot of the time. And with the fire ant, and also they're very wise and take their time getting there. Like, I feel like they would just they just follow their nose, as it were. And with the fire ant, I feel like this person as well, I'm hearing twin flame, because we've obviously got two fire, two flames, and I feel like with fire ant, this person could bring out certain almost imbalances in you. It could feel, because the whole thing about twin flames is actually you guys challenge each other. You're almost opposites, and a lot of the time, and there's almost this heat and passion, and you just challenge each other and bring out almost shadow aspects, things that you don't want to talk about, things that you don't want to kind of confront in each other. And with the fire ant, though, there is this almost home there as well in this person, and this strange familiarity, and this soothing part as well. And it's someone who's very self-disciplined, very much like that. And also with fire ant, I get hard worker, like not afraid to grind, not afraid to create that. And I do feel like they can manifest what they want, even if they don't see themselves as spiritual or master manifestors. I feel like they just almost do it without them knowing. With the man holding a heart, I feel like there is this deep sensitive side to them where they almost open up their heart, maybe not to everyone else, so maybe it's almost really unique to you. But then I'm also hearing like could be seen from the outside, but I don't feel like this is what they are underneath. They could be seen as almost a player, someone who gets on with so many people, and almost quite a lot of people are attracted to them, attracted to their light, because I think you are drawn to this personality, as in maybe not you, but like people are drawn to this personality, someone who is kind of unafraid to go for what they want and is limitless in their opportunities and what they bring about for themselves, who is actually really sensitive and caring. But I feel like we're obviously asking who has a crush on you. I feel like they're looking at you through all of this as well. So let's get you guys some more context. So let's see how you guys met. And that might, if you're like, I have no idea who this person is at the moment, it could be XYZ, well, hopefully we will get some more clarity here. But yeah, I can see so much fire, but that might just be this, like I was saying, that twin flame aspect to this relationship as opposed to fire sign. So if I said fire sign and you're like, nah, that does not resonate, then don't take that. That's fine. I'm not going to take those because... So we've got the King of Cups, Two of Cups, and we've also got the Empress. Love it. Okay, so we've also got the Eight of Wands, and then on the floor, hello, we have got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this person, like we were saying with this heart, so this is how you guys met. And I feel like you guys probably met, I'm getting the sense with this King of Cups that this person has this big heart, like I was saying, and is maybe almost looked at you from afar, and there was this initial attraction on both sides. I feel like it was a really mutual connection, one that you both were drawn to. And with this Empress and this King of Cups, I feel like this was almost both parties. We've almost got this like divine feminine, you do not need to identify as a female, that does not matter, and almost this divine masculine, like just two energies, two opposite energies, like we were talking about with twin flames, that attracted, that found this mutual connection. And with the Empress, this is someone who is abundant and nurturing, and with the King of Cups, this is someone with a deep intuition, deep creativity, artistic, probably I would think tarantula fire ant, and they see you more as the Empress, someone who is kind of again unlimited in what you can create, and abundance, and it looks like a perfect match on so many ways. And there is this love almost there, and it almost comes out of nowhere with the Two of Cups, and it feels like it was a really swift maybe interaction. Maybe it was really fleeting with this Eight of Wands, and it happened as quickly as it went away. And with the Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel like maybe it felt like it was kind of rushed, as it were, like a rushed meeting, and like I said, really fleeting, and almost that you didn't grab it for what it was, like both people. Like I feel like maybe you maybe there was this opportunity for you guys to create something, or I'm hearing go on a date, but that might not be for everyone, or like take it the next step for like further, but something stopped someone or both parties, like their intuition, they didn't listen to it. And which is so interesting, considering like we were talking about before, like this person really follows their gut and their intuition a lot of the time. So in this aspect, they almost denied that from themselves, but there was this kind of like, almost like it felt like a rehearsal, like it felt like it was there and over in less than a minute, like your first meeting, but like the attraction there was undeniable. Like it was guided by your intuition and your emotions. There wasn't even really any time to think or almost feel anything in like the physical world, in kind of the pentacle world, like in sensation. Like it was all led by your emotions and your intuition and willpower, sort of thing. So that's how you guys met. So hopefully that gives you a bit more context, but let's see what they think about you as well. Okay, so we've got the Six of Swords here. We've also got Justice as well. But yeah, at the moment, like with how you guys met, we're going to ask later how the relationship is going, sort of thing. But yeah, I think apart from like almost denying the urge, like the passion and the will that you might have felt, and maybe not showing quite how connected you both were, there was this there was this connection. Okay, so in terms of what they think about you, so we've got the Six of Swords, we've got Justice, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Wands. So it's so interesting because obviously we had fire up here, and we've got the Knight of Wands again here too. So I definitely feel like even if soulmates, twin flames, they don't resonate with you, there is definitely this fire, there is this kind of urge and drawing close to one another, like a moth to a flame. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel like they think you're someone as well who maybe you potentially even journeyed away from them for a while, because we've got the Six of Wands, which is all about leaving a situation behind and journeying elsewhere from kind of storms into calmer seas. And then also with the Knight of Wands, it can mean like change of destination, flight, emigration, that kind of thing. So maybe you even moved away from them, or maybe it's kind of, I'm hearing as well, no matter how separate you are, no matter how like the rift or the sea between you, the land between you, it always feels like home here. And with the Knight of Wands as well, there's this passion, there is this directed intuition, there's this fun, there's this just passion for life, and that's how they really see you. And with the Ten of Pentacles, you feel like a home, you feel like an abundance, and I feel like it's almost that untapped energy that you have with, like, you can have with people. Like, it feels like coming home, it feels like you can be yourself and you have deep roots there, and there's just wealth and abundance in your kind of situation. And this can mean good friends, it can mean family, but either way there is this love here. And with the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, how they think of you as this opportunity right underneath the Ace of Wands as well, like this fortuitous opportunity given to them by the divine. Like, it feels almost fated for them. And like I said, they may not be spiritual, you may not be spiritual, that is absolutely fine, but with the Ace of Cups, it feels like an emotional offering, something which is given and can give you a full nourished heart, the heart of, like, just nourishes the soul and brings so much opportunity and healing and reassurance. And I feel like they almost, we've got so many hearts, I feel like they almost want to offer their heart to you as maybe you do to them. Maybe you are really open and honest. And with the Six of Swords, potentially they view you as someone who has come out of a lot of emotional storms, has had to combat a lot of maybe manipulation in past relationships. Maybe it could even be within this person as well, if there was gameplay before, maybe at some point. But I get more that you, in terms of your romantic history, maybe you've really gone through your run of the mill of relationships, or if you've never been in a relationship before, maybe you don't really know how to view it, don't really know how to frame a romantic connection, because everyone that maybe potentially there could have been something with, it didn't go the way, and like I still get like manipulation gameplay. So it's almost like a journey away from that, and they know that they need to be in the right space almost to show you how much they care. And with the Justice card, I feel like there is you almost bring balance to them and kind of an equilibrium in that way. But again, challenge. There's this, like, you can bring each other off balance in a way. Like, there's this challenge here. There's so much challenge maybe in thinking, maybe like your thoughts really clash and they have to almost like, maybe there's quite a few arguments in that way, or just like spats and that kind of thing, but it's almost outbalanced, like it's outweighed by the love, and it feels like it's just obviously it's crush, so I say love, but there is deep like connection here, and with the Justice card as well, like I feel like maybe in the past, if things did happen, like they're feeling the results of that, so maybe they are waiting to rebalance themselves before kind of almost coming forward. But there is this like, maybe with the Ten of Pentacles, it could be something to do with like work, but I don't really see that. I see it could be more like home connection, in terms of like maybe you guys live in the same area, that kind of thing, or like maybe you're at the same place where you're studying. It could be work as well, but that it's less about whatever that is. It doesn't really feel like teammates in that way around all of this stuff. In what they think about you is just someone they find home in. So let's also get your relationship so far. So let's pack all of these ones away and let's get shuffling. Okay. Okay, we've got the King of Swords in reverse. So Spirit, what is the relationship so far? Okay. Hello. There's one all the way over there every single time. Every single time. I swear, every time I use this deck, they love to jump. They love to jump afar. Okay, we've also got the Nine of Cups. So Spirit, what has their relationship been so far? What has their relationship been with this person so far? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so when I was saying with the Six of Swords, like maybe an emotional thing that you had to move away from, there is this Three of Swords here, and then this Death Rebirth card. So I feel like maybe, do you know how we had our King of Cups and our Empress before, and now we've got the King of Swords and also the High Priestess in reverse. So I feel like there has been some distance here from you guys, maybe for a little bit, and I think that's really thrown them into their head, and almost they're very much judgmental about that, maybe about what they did to you with this Three of Swords. Like I was saying about this conversation, maybe there were words that were said, or how you guys can talk to one another and that kind of thing, and challenge each other in that way. But maybe there was some, this is really deep sorrow. This is some real, like really big pain and kind of and rift between you guys, which is probably still bringing you apart, which is still probably not bringing you together. But with the King of Swords in reverse as well, like their inner critic is running wild at the moment. They're very much judgmental of themselves. And with the High Priestess in reverse, I think this has left you as well almost denying your intuition, denying your spirituality, and how especially because I was saying like it's so divinely led and that kind of thing, and I reckon that's really thrown you again into your head, and not trusting, kind of trusting the universe, and that it's bringing around the right things. But there is, maybe this was at some point, but there is this death rebirth. So there is this transformation almost upon this relationship after an acceptance, and almost with that Justice card, a honesty and learning that will bring around balance into a new way, a new dawn. And with the Nine of Cups, there is this wish fulfillment, which I think if you're watching this video and you know exactly who this is, maybe because you've almost not been you've almost not been trusting your intuition, and you feel stuck on this person. Maybe there's a reason that you feel stuck and you haven't been able to quite move on yet, and maybe it's because you as well are wishing for this repair, maybe between you both. But I get the sense that this is probably on both sides, this kind of emotional layout, like both of you emotionally had to go away, kind of lay out your cups and work on yourselves and what you wanted, and almost wish and pour faith. There's 9 of Cups and also the Star, which are both like looking for guidance and wishing and kind of healing energy, waiting for like the dawn to come and trying to bring it down, and manifestation really. So I feel like that's almost what you both are doing. You both are hoping for this rebirth in this relationship. So, I mean, part 1, maybe you are not crushing on this person. Maybe you're like, I'm completely over this. Like, I know exactly who you're talking about. Like, I was hurt. I don't want to pursue anything with them. And maybe it's just going to transform in a different way. Maybe it will just mean contact opens up and you'll be able to repair this kind of 3 of Swords almost broken heart and move on as friends, or just like, you know, part ways. But I feel like there is a need for closure here, and I feel like that is almost what both of you need in order to move on, potentially. But what do I know? I'm a pair of floating hands on YouTube. But yeah, there is this the relationship so far has been this maybe there was a bit up until, because like we had the Ace of Cups, we had the 2 of Cups, and they still think fondly of you. They still think you are this home to them, and that's why I feel like they are so almost stuck on you and can't and are wishing for something else, because they see this rare connection with you, which they don't feel with every single person. And I feel like maybe if they've been a bit of a player, like I said at the beginning, I was like, maybe they've got this presence of a player. Maybe they did play. Maybe they went around and really hurt you. And the 3 of Swords is almost this third party coming in and really causing you hurt and pain. Well, yeah, you have your boundaries and you have your red flags, and you absolutely do you, friend. You do you. So I'm going to get some channel messages as well from this person. So what they wish they could say to you right now. I'm split it into 2 because for fear that they all fall out, because that's what usually happens. So you're my type. Right on top of that player energy. You are so special, but you know, maybe that's why they want to give their good heart. And you are so special, which, you know, we had the Empress, we've had all those things, this Ace of Cups, which is a special, you know, divine given card. So yeah, they do see that. So Spirit, what else? Ooh. Okay. Thank you for always being there for me. I want to reach out to you. Show me, don't tell me. I appreciate you so much. I want to apologise for what I did the last time we met. There are things I'm not ready to tell you, and I wish I could tell you how I feel. So yeah. There is this definitely, and maybe this is more you, this show me, don't tell me. Maybe you're like, you've actually got to show me that you've changed. You've got to show me that you actually appreciate me, because you've left me in a really rubbish situation. But then like I was saying, like maybe it's different for other people. Maybe you were the one that left, and actually maybe there wasn't this like massive heartbreak that you caused, but you just decided not to choose them, and maybe they feel left out. But I get more it's probably the other way around. But there is this need to, like, there is this home, like I was saying, with a thank you for always being there for me. But there is this kind of want to apologise, like I was saying, and fix and make amends, because they do think you're special, and they kind of want to tell you how they feel, because there's so much in their head at the moment, and because they usually feel things like in that intuitive way. I think they're not used to being thrown into their head, and maybe that's kind of taking away a bit of their abundance as well. And they just probably appreciate all the time that they had with you, with that I appreciate you so much. So let's get some more cards. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. So if you have dreams, like we have that wish fulfillment, and we also had the star as well. If you have dreams for how you want this relationship to go, or the closure that you seek, or, you know, maybe you're like, I'm over this, I want to release it, then have faith, or, you know, or you do want something with this person, have faith in what you're hoping for. And it's all about the feeling and the intention behind it and how you feel it, as opposed to how you think about your dreams, sort of thing. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So yeah, so I think there, with the Three of Swords, there is fear of heartbreak potentially with this person, if there has been heartbreak in the past. Don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, and maybe it was red flags this person gave you, which actually were almost projected onto them through relationships that you had in the past, potentially. Maybe some of their behaviour kind of set up red flags in you, and you're like, oh no, I've experienced this before and I don't want that. Or potentially not. Maybe they've changed as a person if there has been this distance, and or maybe it's your fear of actually being in a relationship with them. You'll know, and that will resonate for you how you think it does. But whatever you are hoping for, whatever you hope out of this situation, have faith in what you want and how you want to be, and don't let your past hold back. Like I said with the Justice card, you know, there's a balance. We've got to accept and learn from our past and change in the present in order to affect our future. And with fears, if we open our heart to love, I'm not saying you have to open your heart to this love, but if you love all of your past actions and almost accept your fears for what they are, is that fears, and sometimes it's anxieties of other people and projection of fears onto you. And as long as you kind of accept them for what you are, and you flood love into the situation, then fears and anxieties slowly dispel, because love is like light and vanishes the darkness. So let's get you some love affirmators as well. So we've got giving. I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discover just how fun giving really is. Giving my time, care and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. Wait a sec. Does selflessness make me look selfish? Be honest. So there is this almost give and take coming back, I feel, and maybe it's just, maybe you've almost missed talking. Maybe if you've been almost withholding, like holding your heart, as it were, because you don't want to get hurt, and maybe actually giving some of your time to them might help this situation. Let's look what else we've got. So loyalty. I'm there for people I care about in whatever way they need me. Ride to the airport, no problem. Bail you out of jail, you bet. Go see your band again, maybe. The point is, when I stand with them, I know I'm a part of something special, and to be honest, it doesn't suck to look around and remember they're standing with me too. And then we've got warmth. I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave my pizza. Today, I adopt the saying, kill 'em with kindness, and turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. Yeah. So there's all this giving, loyalty, warmth. And like I was saying, maybe it's even giving some time to let them explain, and bringing warmth and almost healing love back into the situation, and kind of accepting them for who they are. And they are human, they do make mistakes, and some mistakes you can't, like, it depends on the spectrum of what that Three of Swords is. Some mistakes really hurt, and like you might not want to be with that person. You may not feel loyal to them. That's absolutely fine. But don't allow their actions to almost turn you cold, as it were, is what I'm hearing. This won't be for everyone, by the way, but don't allow what they did, their fears and anxieties, which they and the way in which they acted out, to affect you. And you deserve happiness, you deserve to feel warm, and to give your energy to people that give you this warmth back in return. And you know, there was a connection here, or there is a connection here, as seen in the cards, and obviously they feel this connection too because they are crushing on you. But that does not mean you have to be loyal. You know who you are loyal to, and you know who has your back, and all of those things. But yeah, I feel like you are such a kind person, a kind, caring person, and that's why they're attracted to you. And you are a flame. Sometimes you attract moths and that kind of thing. And be giving with yourself. Allow yourself to feel the warmth from others, and really feel that loyalty in any connection, because if you felt like that's what was lacking in here, accept that this is obviously we had who is this crushing on you, but I feel like you guys have a bit of a history already in this way. And don't forget give and take in your relationships, especially if this, like, everyone comes to us for a reason. Everyone is an assignment for us, and maybe this person was an assignment, and maybe you're watching this video again, watching this video to tell you that even if they are crushing on you, that doesn't take away from the give and take if you gave too much of your time and didn't receive much back, didn't receive the loyalty and the warmth that you deserved. So that was a really long-winded way of saying that at the end, part one. I'm sorry. Thank you for sticking with me if you are still with me. I'm going to leave that reading there for you. I hope it resonated. I hope there was some useful advice and that kind of thing, and I am sending so much love as always. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope to see you then. Bye. Hello my glorious friends of pile 2. So if you picked the citrine, then these are your oracle cards and this is your reading. So we've got the raccoon firstly, and we've got the panther, which is kind of some traits and personality things to describe your person. We've got adjacent possibilities as their energy, and judgment on their soul's journey. So I feel like this person, firstly, we've got earth and also fire. So could have earth placements, could have fire placements. So earth, we could have a Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus on our hands, and with fire we could have a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, but does not necessarily have to be. That's just earth and fire, earth, wind and fire. I don't know why, sorry, I don't know where that came from. Maybe that's significant to one of you or a group of you, I'm hoping anyway. So anyway, with the raccoon, this person I think is almost is an artist in some way, as in takes what they do very seriously, is very expressive, and potentially hides a lot of their talent, and it probably comes from a really raw place. But with this judgment, I reckon they are quite judgmental of themselves and maybe a bit of a perfectionist, really hard worker, but yeah, they almost keep this like shadowy aspect to themselves. And with the panther, they are a bit of this kind of like bulldozer in some aspects, as in with this adjacent possibilities, I feel like they could go anywhere and go do anything, and almost maybe they're jumping about a bit. Maybe they're never really settled and they seem to have so many things on the go, so many possibilities open for them, and they kind of just charge ahead. And this can sometimes be a bit self-destructive occasionally, for some people, but ultimately I feel like they know what they want and they pursue it, but then maybe what they want changes quite a bit as well. So that's kind of the initial energies that I'm getting. And with this judgment card, I feel like they are judgmental of themselves, but they understand that other people have different possibilities and different avenues. And I feel like they have had a really interesting history, a really interesting life of what they've done. And I feel like they've almost flitted about, done so many things, and they're like, my path's my path, your path is yours. Like, you do what you want to do. Mine's been like a roller coaster. I've got life as a roller coaster, Ronan Keating in my head. So yeah, maybe they maybe that's what they see their life as, a bit. Like they're just riding the wave, riding the possibilities that open up for them. And maybe like with adjacent possibilities, maybe there's almost quite a few people, like maybe there's a few people almost being like, hey, person, raccoon, panther, hybrid, like I'm open to getting to know you, but obviously this is who's crushing on you. So they've obviously holding a flame to you. So this is how you guys met. So we've got the Lovers, we have got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and we've also got the King of Swords, and then we'll get one more card as well for you guys. So initially with the Three of Pentacles, I could see that you guys were part of a team, and also the Two, maybe it was a new job that you both had and that's where you met. You guys met working, and you were probably in close team proximity, as it were. Oh, I'm going to leave Temperance because that fell out first. And I'm going to leave the rest for another day. So yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, maybe they were almost weighing up their career options, or maybe you were as well, and maybe it was something new that came at you guys, and there is this kind of plan. So maybe you guys met whilst one of you was planning something, or maybe in the midst of a project, that kind of thing. And maybe you were usually quite independent people. And with the King of Swords, I get the fact that this is probably a slow burner with this Temperance, like little by little, and it's almost like reconciling opposites. Maybe there was a little kind of opposite directions that you guys could go. And with the Lovers, there is this connection. So there was a reason that you guys were obviously committed to each other. So I'm getting like partners in some way, but that doesn't need to be like romantic partners, because obviously we're saying who's crushing on you. But maybe you guys have had an initial connection in that way, but almost like you were matched together or brought together for a project, for a reason or something. Maybe it was online, because swords, sometimes air communication, maybe it was like that. But I get more that maybe you were matched together in terms of a team in a work or like study scenario, as it were, and like you were kind of committed to each other in that way, like you were put together by someone, so you've kind of had to make this come about, like this project come about or whatever. And with the Lovers, like I feel like there has been a lot of joy that you guys have had in terms of like getting to know each other and coming together in this way. And with the King of Swords though, maybe there is this almost, they've been in their head a bit, and I feel like this very much marries this Judgment card, in terms of they are very much truth seeking, but they can have a really loud inner critic, and they can almost, not that they're judgmental of other people, but maybe they have that air about them. Maybe they almost look quite icy and a bit stern and that kind of thing. And again, we've got air signs here, air and earth again. I mean, there wasn't air up here, but this is air person, air king. But yeah, maybe they, I get the sense that they seek truth in a lot of things. And I think they were trying to kind of analyze you and see your truth, and trying to communicate with you on an intellectual level, especially if you guys were putting a plan together. And with this Temperance, I feel like it's been little by little, kind of slow movement, slow steps, and a slow balancing. Maybe because you guys are quite opposite. We've also got the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balancing a new kind of almost kind of physical world thing, so like a job or a study or something like that. Like I get the sense that maybe you guys are a bit like this, a bit like a sun and a moon, and maybe there is a bit of friction here, but you've kind of been forced to work together in this way. So that's how you guys met. So let's see what they think about you. So Spirit, what does this person think about pile 2? What do they think about pile 2? So we've got the King of Wands in reverse. Ooh. Howdy. We've got the Eight of Wands. I'm hearing not enough time. We've got the Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, Eight of Cups. Okay. So with the Eight of Wands, there's this swiftness. So maybe almost the project or whatever you were working on, maybe it was like a new career opportunity or like I said, study or something. I think that was almost over, or felt like it was over as quickly as it begun. And with this King of Wands, I feel like they see you almost as this King of Wands person who is really an instigator of change, is willful, is powerful, is kind of authority in their passions and their desires. And I feel like you throw them into their head a bit with this King of Swords here, and I maybe there is some distance between you guys at the moment. But with this King of Wands, I mean, you could be a fire sign, potentially a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. You do not have to be, because we've also got this Cups. So you could be a water sign, you could be a Scorpio, Pisces or a Cancer. But like I said, do not have to be. You might just have placements or something like that. But I think with this King of Wands, like, they see you as this like ferocious, almost you stand there your ground, especially because they are almost a bit of a bulldozer with this Panther, and they've got so many things. But I feel like you really direct your energy, and maybe you're a bit restless, maybe you're in a position where you're a bit restless towards things, but I think your communication, or your kind of your togetherness was fleeting, maybe in this potential project or whatever. And with this Ace of Cups, I think you are like this kind of full nourished heart to them, like someone who gives their heart open, or offers a lot of emotional growth and emotional stability and reassurance. And I feel like they feel like you are an emotional experience for them, like someone who can offer that growth and a full heart sort of thing. You're like this almost offering. And with the Three of Cups as well, there is abundance here. There is like-minded souls, kind of kindred spirits as it were, and there is this need to be around you and a need to celebrate with you and find joy and plenty. We might also have, this might not be for everyone, but with the Three of Cups, there could be a third party. Maybe you are in a relationship with someone and that takes you away. Maybe you're in a relationship with this King of Wands, but then you're asking who's crushing on you. So I don't know, but maybe you could be in a relationship and asking who's crushing on you. That's fine. But or maybe they even have, like we were saying, adjacent possibilities. Maybe they even have other people. Maybe there's another party in a situation. But either way, they see you as this kind of this soul connection, someone that their soul recognizes, and there is plenty, and there's this this hole within you. And with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you maybe even walked away from this energy potentially. Maybe it became stagnant. Maybe it was the projects that became stagnant. Maybe you didn't feel like you were getting your passions across, or whatever it was. Or I feel like you just walked away from a situation. Maybe you walked away from a relationship or something like that when near the time when you met this person. Maybe not because of them, but you weren't afraid to leave something behind in order to search for something else. And maybe that was enlightenment within yourself or that kind of thing. But you knew that the situation wasn't going to change, so you had to walk away. And maybe that was them, or like I said, maybe it was someone else. Maybe they still saw this kind of connection with you, and like I said, this kind of abundance there. And maybe it was really fleeting and you just decided to walk away, which is why this is in reverse. So it's like they almost don't get to see your passions and your wills, and they don't get to be around your creative energy anymore. So that's kind of what they think about you, as someone that's not afraid to kind of walk away from emotional experiences which don't serve you. But there is this connection, and yeah, I think, like I said, like time was fleeting. That's what I'm hearing. But let's see what else, shall we? Let's see what the relationship has been so far. That will give me some more clarity as well. Well, a small clarity. We're a team in this. We're always a team. So let's see what the relationship has been so far. So we've got the Queen of Swords. So yeah, counted with that King of Swords, I'm getting like, we've got the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, with the King of Swords earlier, we've got the Seven of Swords and also the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit's like, Anna, finish shuffling. Stop yabbing. Wait for all of the cards to come at you. But I'm like, I just want to start talking. I love to gas with my friends. Okay. And we've also got the Three of Swords. Okay, and on the back, I'm going to leave that there. We've got Death and Rebirth as well. So I feel like, paired with the King of Swords earlier, I feel like you guys, again, almost had to make a plan together and that kind of thing, and were drawn together in this contract or whatever type. Even if you started talking and you, like, maybe started seeing each other, maybe started testing the waters, that kind of thing. But with the Seven of Swords, there is this potential, especially because we've got Queen of Swords and King of Swords, there's this manipulation potentially on one side, and maybe a secret being kept, or a deceit in some way. And I feel like maybe someone kept something from the other person and was trying to avoid revealing it, and stole some kind of thought energy from that person, and it caused sorrow. It caused heartache and pain. And again, we've got the Three of Swords, which could indicate another person, one which will not be for everyone. Maybe they were almost starting to talk to you and almost opened up, and maybe you felt quite embarrassed by your feelings, having realised that actually maybe they were with someone else, or maybe they were talking to someone else, and almost led you on a bit. That could be for someone. That is not for everyone. I just wanted to say that. But with the Seven of Swords, there is this there is this deceit, there is this secret on one side, this planning that was unstable and had to be brought to light. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like there's almost hard work to repair the trust that maybe was lost. And maybe this is both of you almost, it's kind of like going through the phase of a relationship, but almost you guys going and working on yourselves, and almost working independently. Like we had that teamwork earlier, and then maybe you guys have actually like moved away from the teamwork into independent working sort of thing, or working elsewhere and putting your hours in and being diligent in terms of your career and what you want to make. Maybe that was either or of you. Maybe you both decided that no, we're going to go our separate ways. But there is this Lovers card, so there is this like connection either way. So, and with the Death Rebirth, I feel like maybe that is almost on the horizon, but this is the relationship so far. So maybe there's almost this reframing, or maybe your relationship has gone through a lot of phases. Maybe at one point you were really connected as like the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and you were great planners and you thought together, you almost thought alike, and there were loads of avenues that you guys could cut through, and there was this connection here. And then it feels like a bit like a storybook, this. And then there was almost this planning and deceit, and then you guys had to, like, you separated and worked independently, even under the tones of sorrow. And it's almost like your changes, the phases that you guys have been through. But I feel like you might have known this person for quite a long time. Or if it's been a short space of time, I feel like a lot has happened already. But we obviously had the Lovers earlier, and we had the Lovers now. So there is something that connects you and draws you guys to one another somehow. Like it's almost unexplainable, but I see there is this like potential distance, and you guys are just hard working on your career, what you want to build. These are channeled messages from them, of things that they wish that they could say to you, as well. So we've got I trust you, I don't know what you think of me, which would kind of make sense of that Queen of Swords, like this kind of contemplation and this higher thinking, this almost experienced thinking, like maybe this has almost thrown you into your head a bit, and is making you kind of questioning, and I hear embarrassed, but maybe you're just embarrassed by like maybe not spotting signs if there was deceit or that kind of thing, if you're used to it. But I get the sense that you are almost holding your thoughts back, which is why they don't know what you think of them. Like you're protecting your thoughts because potentially this situation happened. And the I trust you is really funny as well. So like I was saying, on one side, maybe this might not be for everyone, but maybe there was deceit or planning on one side, either or. I get it for the majority of the people that it was probably more led from them, which caused sorrow, but it could have been, like I said, that there might be other parties involved in this, and it might have been a connection to you, but you know, take what resonates there, but don't leave it if it doesn't. I don't want to share you, probably because I don't know what's going on with you at the moment. I wish you could see what I see, just how brilliant you are, pile 2. I'm trying to move on. I can be myself around you, and I'm trying to get clarity about this connection. So I feel like they're, like we kind of said, they're almost, they're stuck on you. And even like maybe your relationship has gone through a lot of changes and this death rebirth before, and because they can be their authentic self and maybe not judgmental of themselves, maybe you quiet that voice within them, that they're just trying to get clarity away, because I feel like maybe things got a bit messy. But like I said, maybe it was quite swift. Maybe that's what's so frustrating, is that you didn't have almost enough time together, whatever it was that you guys were doing. So actually it almost feels like a bit of a dream. And also we've got I feel alone, probably because you feel a bit like almost a home to them in some way. And with the I wish you could see what I see, I don't know, like it does feel like there is almost a separation here, and for whatever reason, and maybe that King of Wands is in reverse because you don't almost see yourself as that King of Wands, that powerful, kind of intrepid go-getter, passionate, energetic person that you are, pile 2. And with the I don't want to share you, that's so interesting considering what we were talking about with maybe a third party involved, maybe with you or them. And yeah, I think some of these will hit people and feel like your message will feel drawn to you, and others might not. So I want to let them lie a bit. Okay, so we've got step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Ooh. We've got one that's flown all the way over there, so let me get it. Okay, and we've got it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Yeah, so if, like we said, that King of Wands character, not character, you, pile 2, you're not a character in your life, you're the main person. But yeah, this new moon in Aries, new moon, maybe it's new intentions. It's time to take action about this connection if you want clarity about it, potentially, and almost to speak your truth. And if you do want to pursue this potentially with this person, maybe that's it. Maybe it is time to take an action, even if it's an action to kind of move away and move away from it. Like no action is a form of action. So maybe if you're sitting still on it and not doing anything about it, like kind of just living in the kind of pain or the thoughts of it, like the memories, and letting them rule you, then yeah. We've also got you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. And we've got take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So with you and your loved ones are safe. So if you do feel this connection with this person and you haven't been in contact and you've wanted to reach out, you've wanted to talk to them, but you didn't know quite how, like they are safe. If you do feel this connection here and this love, but also you are as well. Like I feel like if this person hurt you, like they almost can't hurt you anymore if you don't want them to. Like you have the ability to let that and walk away and allow that emotion to, like the stagnant emotion, like earlier we had the 8 of Cups, if that is to do with them, you can walk away from it and leave it as it was. Just because they're crushing on you does not mean you have to have a crush on them back, does not mean you have to reciprocate their feelings, especially if there has been history here before. And no matter what people say about like soulmate, twin flames, like sometimes they can be conflicting, sometimes they can be your opposite, all of these things, like there is no excuse for treating someone in a way which makes someone feel small or hurt or any of those things, no matter how much they challenge you or that kind of thing. You never know, they may grow as a person, they may change, and they may come back and kind of show you that, but actions speak louder than words in this way. So that's, I feel like there was probably a specific person that might need to hear that. And then we take time to breathe out. I feel like you might have been holding your breath for a lot of this, being like, oh gosh, yeah, this rings true, or bits of this rings true. And we take time to breathe out, like almost breathe out. I'm hearing the pain, but that's a real general thing to say. But take time to kind of release that which doesn't serve you. And like I said, it's time to take action. Maybe it's time to put yourself out there again, not maybe to this person, but maybe to other opportunities, and be open and receptive to that. And I'm hearing like meditation as well, and like you're doing so much work for yourself. And with this 8 of Pentacles, maybe you're putting so much effort and hours into something that you want, your dream and your goal and your purpose, and you're not stopping. Maybe as a bit of a distraction from potentially this connection, or just love in general if you feel like you're a bit fed up of it. But don't take time for yourself. Like take time to just breathe, to make your body your home and nourish your soul, is what I'm hearing. So let's get some love affirmators as well for you. So what does pile 2 need to know? Independence. Yeah, I feel like that's what you guys almost want at this moment, is your independence. And oh, hello, we've got 4. That's fine. I'm going to leave 4 for you guys. And that's absolutely fine, guys. You work on you, but make sure that you take time for yourself. There's a difference between independence, like crushing it, doing all of your goals, working towards them, like working all the hours under the sun and everything, and actually taking the time to stop and breathe and actually do something that nourishes your soul. Even if your work nourishes your soul, you know, sometimes you've got to sit down and do nothing and watch reruns of The Office or whatever it is that you want, or Schitt's Creek or whatever it is. So we've got independence. I embrace total independence, and I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm at the fullest version of myself, and I have much more me to give without needing pieces of me in return, a scientifically impossible expectation. So yeah, so even if you do decide to, you know, potentially pursue things with this person, or if you know who I'm talking about, you are still an independent person within this relationship. You don't have to be like this person, especially because they are quite like brash and maybe potentially indecisive and all of these things that they might be, but and artistic, and maybe they're a bit shadowy and they've got really, I get mystery and stuff like that from them. That doesn't mean that you, like, we also had temperance with the sun and moon as well, like opposites. Like, you are still opposite people, you are still different people, even if you're in a relationship, even if it's a friendship, whatever it is. But be your full version of yourself and stick to your values, no matter what they think. You might have different plans, you might have a different completely path to them, like this judgment card that we had. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. You have your own path to tread, and this person may be on your path, which is great, but they might have a fork in the road which you don't want to go down. So, you know, you stick to yourself as well. We've got self-worth. I cast off all concerns about what people think of me. I know I'm a totally kick-ass person, and my kick-assness can never be diminished by rejection. So people can think what they think and feel what they feel. In the meantime, I'll just keep on knowing what I know without thinking about what they are thinking about, what I already know, I think. So yeah, so with that, with self-worth, independence, yeah, you can and you are, no matter what has been said, no matter what has been done to you, my beautiful, beautiful pile 2, you are so kick-ass, like so kick-ass, and you've got such a big heart and passion and energy to bring to whatever you are doing. And remember, you are number one as well. Like, don't dim your light, don't dim to fit in. With perfect match, congratulations, you've gotten your and everyone else's wish. This is an auspicious sign that a healthy, authentic relationship is either here or on its way. This is the sort of relationship where you don't have to compromise, settle, sell out, or otherwise be a non-you. This is a relationship anchored in truth and love that neither party will have to hide their farts from. Sorry, I thought I said facts. Smells like a special duo. Yeah, so I feel like with perfect match, like I said, is either here or it's on its way. So different people watching this will be like, that person's got a crush on me, but I don't want to be with them anymore. But trust that there's something else coming on your way, and this person was an assignment, was sent to you to realise that this is not what you wanted. That you don't want to compromise, you don't want to settle, you don't want to sell out. This person didn't make me, like made me compromise on myself, or the other way around. You know, maybe this person made you realise that, oh, actually, even though we are opposite, we can do all of the, like, I am my own person, and in this way, our clashes and our differences, it doesn't actually make a difference because I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. So that will resonate for different people. And we've also got vulnerability. I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. 1, I feel like a kindergartner. 2, everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with a comforting glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder kindergarten seems so fun and stress-free. So yeah, so with vulnerability, like, we already had, like, step out of your comfort zone. There is a need, like, you are loved, and like we had here, you and your loved ones are loved and safe and protected. And I feel like it's almost time to take action. It's almost time to tell your truth, and even just saying it out loud, like it says, it feels lighter, feels easier, free, and you feel honest and open. Even if it's telling not this person, maybe if it's telling a friend or something, then you do just feel lighter. And yeah, and I feel already like, and I literally started this video and I was like, I feel like a school child, like, who's got a crush on you? Like, it's so funny when you talk about your feelings and crushes and all of these things, and especially love. Like, it does feel like a gossip with a friend in so many ways, and you do feel like a bit like a kid, a bit like you don't really know what you're talking about, and that's okay to have loads of different feelings, to feel like, oh, this person is so annoying in so many ways, but oh, I'm still attracted to them, and all of these things. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable with someone that you can trust, whether it is this person or the next person that you go into a relationship with. Maybe if there's one on the way, like, you can be vulnerable, you can speak your truth, and it will feel light and easier, and it will be a relationship built on honesty and trust. So my lovely pile 2, I'm going to leave that there for you today. I really hope it resonated, or parts of it resonated for you. Like I said, take what resonated and the advice that resonated, and leave what didn't, because there are different energies to pick up on. But I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me. I hope to see you guys soon. Until then, if I do see you, bye! Hello, my glorious friends of pile 3. So if you picked the green amethyst star and these oracles, then this is going to be your reading. So we firstly have golden egg, and eagle to represent some kind of characteristics like their animal personality, animal attributes as it were. And we've got courage as well. I'm going to swap those around because that's how it's been for the rest of them. Sorry, OCD went crazy there. It was like, no, move that around. And then we've also got courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And we've got first chakra, Archangel Michael. So with this person, with the eagle, this is air sign, but it's also mastery over fire as well. So they could be an air sign, or they could be a fire sign. Does not have to be. They might have placements. So with air, we are looking at Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. She got there in the end. And then with the fire, it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This person is almost very transformative, and I feel like they have courage and tenacity to go after what they want. They're almost this all-knowing presence, and I feel like they have great wisdom and can just master what they want, master their thoughts and master their willpower and their intuition, being a master of fire and air. And with golden egg, this person as well is almost this unstruck kind of heart chord. Like there is this real vulnerability, and I feel like they have done a lot of work on their own vulnerability. And with first chakra, Archangel Michael as well, like they feel guided in that way, that they have created order and stability, and know their path, know their potential and what they're here for, their purpose. And it's because they have been vulnerable with themselves, and they have the courage to do that. And maybe they've potentially even been vulnerable with you. But yeah, they are someone that they could be highly spiritual, but they do not necessarily have to be. But they just have this kind of unknown wisdom, as it were. Like it just almost feels like it comes out of nowhere. But let's get you as well some cards for how you guys met, and it should help give us some clarity on that too. But yeah, with the first chakra, and then obviously with the golden egg, we've got the fourth chakra as well, the heart chakra. There is this kind of deep balance and kind of balance connection that they're trying to bring about themselves. So how you guys met, we firstly got the 6 of Swords. We've also got the 3 of Swords, and we've also got the 3 of Pentacles as well. So yeah, we've got Spirit saying wait for the cards to be all unfold. Okay, and then lastly we also have the 9 of Cups in reverse. So I think how you guys met, one of you could have potentially come from this sorrow, come from a situation, maybe a full like deceit and maybe heartache that maybe one of you felt, or maybe you both came out of similar situations where you were just in this place of complete unrest and sadness, potentially because of what other people have done for you. And there's this traveling away and this journey away from that. So I feel like you guys almost connected at your vulnerability, and maybe you guys were really vulnerable with one another. But I get the sense that you weren't wishing for anything emotionally. You weren't wishing maybe to open your heart up, maybe both of you at that time. And because there is this journey away from troubled waters to kind of calmer seas, and kind of leaving the baggage behind, and maybe you both almost helped each other out on this journey. I get this kind of almost support network, like maybe you guys have been friends, but maybe you guys connected on a deeper level because maybe similar situations, similar kind of heartaches that were brought around. And with the Page of Wands, we've got more fire as well. So maybe you are a fire sign, potentially. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, does not have to be, or maybe they are. But I feel like maybe they were going towards, or you were, or maybe you both were, you had like this raw kind of need to create something. You had a new enterprise in mind, and maybe that came out of this kind of fear and period of sorrow that you both potentially felt, and you were ready to kind of make a new plan, and maybe you guys bounced off each other a lot and almost helped each other kind of plan your next steps forward, as it were, in terms of maybe relationships or maybe your career or that kind of thing. Maybe that's how you met each other. You met when you were working in a team somewhere, or maybe at like study or that kind of thing. But you guys, I think, both connected on this kind of this creativity. I really feel like you had this bounce back and forth, and yeah, there's just kind of, there's this love and faithfulness for what you guys do. So maybe you guys are artistic or something like that, or just highly creative people, but there definitely wasn't anything with the Nine of Cups in reverse. There definitely wasn't a want, maybe on both sides or maybe on one side, for anything to happen emotionally. Like, you guys weren't ready to find each other in that way. There wasn't a mutual thing there of wanting to emotionally jump back into a relationship. I think because both of you were potentially still going through stuff from your past, or maybe one person was in particular, and it was more just like getting on with the job, getting on with like planning your future and where you wanted to go, and you were both just enjoying kind of vibing off each other's energy, as it were. So let's see what they think about you. So Spirit, what does pile 3's person, the person that's got a crush on them, what do they think of them? Okay. Oh, well, we've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the King of Swords. This one snuck out of here with them. So we've got the Four of Swords as well. So Spirit, what do they think about pile 3? So yeah, Four of Pentacles, we've got the King of Swords, and we've also got the Four of Swords. Any more cards? Yes, we do have some more cards. We've also got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we've got a lot of, I would be tempted to say that this is very early doors in terms of your relationships, in terms of your relationship potentially. Yeah, so we've got the Nine of Swords and the Three of Cups that have also jumped out here. So I feel like they see you as, this is, again, we've got Swords, which with the eagle tapped into Wands and also air. So I feel like they see you as an equal in terms of thoughts and creativity and being a master and kind of that all-knowing wisdom. I feel like they see you as a match with them, like someone who can equal their energy and kind of their stability that they formed, and also their vulnerability. And with the King of Swords, they see you as this authority in terms of, I think they think you're highly intelligent, and you have almost your plans set out, and you bring out a lot of thoughts for them, thoughts of like what they should do potentially. And I think you're just great sounding board for them. With the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you are holding yourself in and they feel like potentially you are holding a lot back from them because of the thoughts that you might be having. Like, maybe they think you're quite in your head, and there's a lot of fears and anxieties that are troubling you and almost keeping you up, and that you're not willing to share with them. And then there's this holding on to energy which you're not ready to release yet. And I reckon it's probably this heart, like you're not ready to release your heart to this person, is how they feel. And with the Four of Swords, there's this retreat from the emotional storms, like a retreat from the heartache that you felt, and you're kind of nurturing yourself and almost mothering yourself at this moment, and you're not willing at the moment. You're kind of creating a kind of prison around you, like just a safe nest. Like, there's a nest here and there's so much bird imagery, like creating a nest, a safe space for you to work through your thoughts and to analyze potentially the actions, and kind of I'm hearing justify, but almost justify them in your mind and not allow your thoughts to rule you, and kind of allow the situation that happened to you to lie, and kind of reframe it, is what I'm hearing. Like reframe what it was, and know that, and you're just trying to pour love into that and work through the fears and anxieties that you might be facing of potentially moving forward. But they see you as someone that might be quite closed off at the moment, who is dealing with their own stuff and that they almost don't want to approach. But with the Three of Cups, there is this abundance and there is this connection. So they do want to be around you. There is this likeness, like I said, this community here of like-minded souls and individuals that connect on such an emotional level, which I don't feel like they feel with so many people. And I think they think you are really brave for for going about, and they want you to know that they are there for you as well. But I think they admire your strength through all that you've been through, but they know that you've got battles that you are facing that I think they know they can't help you with. And I feel like with this heart here, with this thread, and also here, you're kind of stitching your heart back together, and I think they're almost just they're waiting to see how you are until you are ready to release that energy which doesn't serve you. And I feel like you you are still kind of holding on to that physical sensation, as it were, trying to pour love in, and they're just kind of watching from the outside is my kind of inkling in this way. So let's put all of these back, and then let's see how the relationship has been so far as well. So what's kind of gone on, because we've had their thoughts, we've got how you guys met. So let's see what might have happened in this relationship so far between you guys. My feeling is for a lot of you that not much has happened. So yeah, we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like, yeah, you guys have been keeping your cards, as it were, quite close to your chest, and you're working through your own kind of fears and anxieties at this time. We've got the Emperor in reverse. Emperor is all about action, which I don't feel like probably there has been much of this at this time, potentially. So, yeah, we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, we've got the Four of Pentacles, Emperor in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like I was saying with this teamwork, with this work thing, I feel like you guys could have met at work or study or, yeah, in that kind of sense, in that physical realm, whatever you guys do maybe for work potentially. But there is this feeling of, again, door closed. And I feel like you guys have helped each other work through relationships where there was a door closed and there was a lack of known security, and almost helping each other find the key and unlocking a lot of fears and anxieties potentially. Or maybe one party felt like they were shut out from the other, like I said, there's this holding cards close to the chest and there's not really much action happening. There's no new beginning, but there is this communication and almost this material flow. So to me, that would suggest you still are co-workers probably, or see each other where you study or that kind of thing. So you do communicate, you do have this give and take in the relationship, but I feel like it's more of that, almost a business transaction. It's less about emotions and that kind of thing. I feel like it's more about ideas and how and plans almost that you guys are doing, and finding your way out of this feeling of the security that you once knew. I would say this is very, very new, communication is just starting opening, or maybe you've known this person for a while and you've kind of revisited them, as it were, re-seen them or that kind of thing. But yeah, there's not been any action taken because you guys are still working through your individual stuff, or someone in this relationship is doing that, and there's still stuff to recover from. But there is this helping each other out as well. So that would suggest to me that it wasn't either one of you that hurt the other person. I feel like these are pre-existing, from pre-existing relationships, in which that happened. And I think there just hasn't been a kind of reorder of structure and a reframing of relationship at this point. So maybe you're maybe you know who this is and you're like, man, that person has a crush on me, what? I'm not even thinking about jumping into anything or that kind of thing. Like, I'm still working on me, and I'm not saying like just because someone has a crush on you does not mean you have to act in terms of that, but and you might just see them as a kind of co-worker, as someone that, or like someone you study with, or whatever it is, and you might not be ready to allow new energy to come towards you. You still might not have found that kind of key, and you might not even want a relationship, as it were. Also, in reverse, the Emperor is also, we've got quite a lot of pentacle energies, earth and like earth signs, but I get that more as the setting of the place. With the Emperor, that's also Aries as well, so fire. So like I said, it's kind of new beginnings, the first of our zodiac, but because it's in reverse, I feel like there hasn't really been a new framing of this relationship. If you have known this person for a while, I feel like there is just communication here, but it just might not be on an emotional level at this point. So let's get some channeled messages of what this person wishes that they could say to you. So Spirit, what does pile 3's person wish that they could say to them? What do they wish that they could say to them? I've split my cards into 2 because they're so big, and if I do them in one, they all just fly everywhere, and then I've spent half the reading on the floor trying to pick them up. So Spirit, what does their person wish? Oh, that's too many. I'm gonna leave those. Okay, so let's have a look, shall we? So I'm having so much fun. So this might just be like this give and take that you guys maybe have reconnected on, or maybe you guys just bring the fun out of each other. Maybe if you guys are on a project together or that kind of thing, and despite everything that you're feeling and maybe they're feeling, their fears and anxieties, maybe because you guys are joyous to each other and you bounce off and that kind of thing, like they do find this connection with you, which kind of makes them forget all of their fears and stuff. I can't switch off my feelings for you. Well, we're asking about crushes, so I get that. I want to hold you. I hate that we're not talking. So that might not be for everyone, but maybe you're not talking we're not talking in the way that I wish we could in some way. I get the sense that you are talking, or maybe you haven't spoken in a while or that kind of thing. But yeah, and then I'm heartbroken. So yeah, I get the sense that you or them or both of you have gone through a lot. You've changed me. Change for the better is what I'm hearing. I like where this is going, and I don't mean to mess you around. So different things will like jump out for different people, but the main ones that I think are almost for everyone is this: you've changed me, and kind of like I can't switch off my feelings for you. Like there's a reason that you guys are drawn together, whether you want to keep it in friends or want something more to develop, but there is this kind of this movement away from heartbreak, potentially kind of bringing in new joy and feelings, and that kind of thing. And with the I like where this is going, that might be them more than you. Maybe they see it going in a direction and you don't necessarily. And with the I don't mean to mess you around, like I said, that might not be for everyone, but maybe if it's one of those things, maybe you guys are talking and you don't know whether it's a thing. You don't know whether they have a crush on you or whether they're just being nice, and because you guys have gone through similar things. So it could be kind of a head mess, like a head wrecking in that way. So let's get some more cards for you. Let's talk to Mr. Moon. So Moon, what do you have to say? Emotions are running high. Super Moon. Yeah. This crush has got some emotions. Believe in the impossible. So maybe if you're like, I don't think I'm ever going to get over my ex or the person that I was heartbroken from, that kind of thing. People are our assignments. People come and show us like almost like what commitment isn't, and how we don't want to be treated and that kind of thing. And actually, once we've accepted that, and everyone, you know, we kind of honour why they have been, some people could be really annoying and we'd prefer if they hadn't come into our lives or that kind of thing. I'm talking more about the ex and that kind of thing. Then new things can happen, and never say never is what I'm hearing. Like, never say never. If you just don't feel like you can move past the emotions that you have had to go through and stuff. You are so brave. You have so much inner strength. Like, I know this was for them as well, but I'm hearing, like I said, you guys are very much alike. Like, I feel like you are guided as well. You are highly spiritual, like, or just have a lot of guides and angels like watching over you, and you have so much inner strength. And and emotions are running high. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, and also it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So the negativity is interesting because we had all of those fears and anxieties, and like, they're not necessarily, their fears and anxieties, I'm not going to say are negative traits. They're more shadow aspects of ourselves. And actually, sometimes the voice, they are actually other people's fears and projections and anxieties put onto us. And actually, you know, we can be all of those things. We can be fearful, we can be anxious, but actually we're also all the opposite of those. And actually, the words that maybe our inner critic has are just that. They are thoughts, they are just words, and actually they can't really hurt you. And maybe it's time to release maybe some of the negativity from your past if you haven't had that closure or that kind of thing, and realize that people are assignments, and there are emotions, and love can dispel fears and anxieties. And with the show the world the real you, like, you have so much passion, you have so much to bring to the world, so much joy, and like, believe in the impossible, believe that someone is going to love you, and for exactly who you are, the authentic you, and like, no matter what you've been through, like, you are still a good, beautiful person who is attractive, who people want to be around, and want to get to know. And also Aquarius, all to do, like, it's all that swords, that air energy again. It's all about communication. Let's get you some love affirmators. Cleansing. Feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery objects lurking in your closets. Consider this a prescription to clean house, mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out, and not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. So I feel like with this, it's time to release negativity. It's more of a cleanse of your space, and more of a cleansing to find the real you out of everything that's happened to you, and allow your emotions to kind of heal the situation, as it were, and align yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically. We've also got ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel, and I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or perhaps even slightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories. So maybe it's whatever happened maybe previously, prior to this relationship. You can take ownership for what happened. Like, there's that saying, it takes two to tango. I'm not saying like it's going to be different for everyone for what that person did to you. But you know, like we were saying, everyone's your assignment, and you can take ownership in the fact that, okay, that was my relationship then, I can own that, I can accept that, but now it's cleansing. There's a new way of thinking that's coming to me, a new way of framing love, a new way of knowing how I want to be treated, and you can take ownership for all of your actions moving forward. Surrender. Hear ye, hear ye. You are hereby being called to unclench your grip on any old thought patterns. Okay. Pile 3. This is absolutely, like, the cards don't lie here. I love these cards. I love Spirit. Yeah. Thought patterns that are getting in your way. Surrender any ideas that make you feel like a victim of circumstance or which make your dream relationship seem like impossibility. The mayor of reinvention has just arrived, has made the following decree. Limiting beliefs about yourself and your life are here to forthwith officially and undoubtedly declared for the birds. We've had so many birds. Believe in the impossible, please. Like, believe that any limiting beliefs you have, any negative shadow energy of like things that your inner voice, your inner critic is telling you, they are not true. They are just words. You are undubitably declared for the birds. You are free. You can surrender and surrender to a new love that is coming your way. So pile 3, I'm going to leave that there for you because Spirit has spoken. Hear ye, hear ye. I am sending so much love to you all, friends. I hope this reading resonated. I hope there was some useful advice there for you. If you'd like to see more of me, please do hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'd love to see you again. And if I do, it's goodbye from me. Until then, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hi there, lovely friends of Pile 4. So if you picked the crinoline sphere and these oracle cards, then this reading is for you. So firstly, we've got otter, we've got horse, we have got growth, and we've also got envy in reverse. So these are kind of personality traits, characteristics of this person who has a crush on you. So we've firstly got earth and water. So this person could have water or earth placement. So with water, we could be looking at Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And with the earth, we could be looking at Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But there does not necessarily have to be those placements in their chart or anything of that. That just might be certain characteristics. But with the otter, this person has a playfulness. They want for nothing. They've got such a joy about them and such a love. Like I get that image of the otters holding hands as they're going through the stream. Like, I think they just connect to what they love, and they are just so playful and childlike. They look at the world with a childlike curiosity, and with envy in reverse, that speaks volumes to who they are. Like, I feel like they are not envious of other people's positions. They know their path, they know what they're meant for, and they do what they love. They don't allow other people and what other people have. They almost don't look at that. And with the horse, they are a determined individual. Like, they will go through any terrain, no matter what the weather, no matter what the storm, no matter what baggage they are carrying. They know their path, they know their destination, and they are almost like hell for leather going for it. And they just will not give up. Like, and they follow their heart in the situation. But it's not so rigid that they're not playful as they go. But like, they know you have to bring joy, and there needs to be that meditation and that calm as well when you're battling so much. And with this growth card, they want to expand their consciousness and awareness. They want to grow as a person and continue to do that. But the main thing I love about this person is just their joy for the world, their joy for life, that kind of thirst for life and the thirst for opportunities. And they're not afraid if the road gets tough. They're not one to give in or cave or anything like that. So let's see how you met this person. You may already be like, I know exactly who that is. Or you may be like, I don't have a Scooby. Well, we are going to be the Monsters Inc. detectives. Not Monsters Inc. Mystery Incorporated. We are going to be Mystery Incorporated and find out who this person is. So we've also got a King of Swords here, so that's air. So we could be looking at it could be a Libra, a Gemini, or Aquarius. But like I said, does not have to be, because yeah, we've then also got earth and then also some fire. So it literally does not matter about their placements or anything like that. But the way that I think you met this person was you were almost going through this. I see early stages here. I feel like you were going through this this balancing and almost this independence, like with the Hanged Man and with strength. and also Two of Wands. I see this like you looking for your dominion and your horizons and following your creativity and your spark, and you were trying to balance yourself, reconcile the opposites within yourself, and surrender to almost maybe fate that you were feeling, and like and treading a new path. Maybe there were circumstances which you came up against, and you just had to kind of like let them lie, let them be where they were. But you have this rare creativity and you turn the world up on its head, and I feel like you were trying to visualize your future and where you wanted to go with this as well. We've got the globe down here. Maybe you were traveling. Maybe for some people you were traveling when you met this person, not for everyone, but potentially. Or maybe you were planning on that or something. With the Ace of Pentacles, this could be a new work. Maybe you guys met each other at a new job that you had, a new opportunity, or maybe it was like a new group that you were involved in, maybe like a new like hobby or something along those lines. Just a new opportunity for growth. It felt like a seed, like whatever it was really fresh, early days sort of thing, and a new opportunity to ground and have like that kind of commitment. And with the King of Swords, there is this I feel like this could either be you in terms of your position, as in you were kind of looking to expand your mind and your awareness, and maybe you had a plan of where you wanted to go, like we've got planning here, and maybe you had set your sights on like a new job or a new like area of study or something like that. Or with the King of Swords, I could also see potentially a dating app or something like that, maybe like an opening of a new conversation, and King of Swords is all about conversation and that kind of thing. So that might be for some people, maybe not for everyone, but there was this mutual kind of I kind of see like a mutual attraction, or just like there was a reason that you were both, maybe you both started a job at the same time, or started education somewhere at the same time or something. But yeah, I feel like you weren't necessarily looking out for this relationship, or if you were on a dating app or that kind of thing, there was just this kind of want to have fun and like just early stages, that kind of thing. So that's how I see that you met this person. And I get this kind of like resigning to fate, like it kind of almost felt fortuitous and kind of a moment. Maybe you even just met in your workplace or something, or their workplace, and it wasn't like, it was just kind of like a moment where things aligned, but actually you were just doing your own things potentially. And so this is what they think about you. So we've got the Queen of Wands, we have got the Lovers card. All right. So with the Queen of Wands, you are this energetic, passionate individual, and they can see that you've been through your fair share of storms as well. Like they are that horse personality who has done a lot, who has seen a lot, who has pushed past obstacles and keeps going. And I feel like you are that as well, and you open your heart, and you are just good and funny and intelligent. Okay, I don't want all these cards, thank you very much. It's like, keep these down, and I'm like, well, there's too many. So I'm going to put them all back, and then if they're meant to be, they'll come back out again. But yeah, with the Queen of Wands, like I feel like you give your heart, you are just like, just do it, any endeavor. I think you guys have a very similar kind of thirst for life, a thirst for like wanting to go out and explore and create stuff and to plant new seeds, and I feel like you guys are really aligned with that. And you probably both have your own plan, your both own agenda with that King of Swords as well, and just this internal strength that you've both fostered. So you probably just connected on that, no matter where you met. And we've also got the Moon card that has come out, as well as the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. But yeah, with the Lovers, I feel like there was this deep connection, potentially, or just this commitment to one another that came about. We've also got the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords as well. So yeah, with the Lovers, I feel like there was this like there was this almost contract between the two of you. So if this Ace of Pentacles was, you know, maybe it was almost like you moved into a house with them or something. It could be something like that, or instead of like school or work or something, like there was a reason that you two were brought together and there was this closeness with you, and they feel like this rare connection with you, this rare joy and equilibrium. But with this Moon card, I feel like you are almost shrouded in a bit of mystery. Like there is almost this illusion to the relationship. Like, is it something? Is it not? And that's how they view you, someone that they can't really, like, they are drawn to you. You are this fiery energy, and with this Queen of Cups, like, you feel and are really intuitive, like your emotions and your intuition lead you very much like them, like because this Moon is on their third eye, like their third eye intuitive knowledge, and then we've also got this Otter with the playfulness and the heart, and that's, I think, how they see you as well. And with this Queen of Cups, they see you as someone who is deeply emotional and like, as in emotionally led by their heart, and is a healing, reassuring energy, and maybe like almost like stuck in your, I'm hearing stuck in daydreams, like, or but like in a good way. Like you have so many dreams and ambitions with this Two of Wands that they connect with you over, and you follow your intuition and your heart in a lot of ways, and you just want to go and do it. You want to go out and explore the world, and I feel like because there's not really much, like, because there's not the Queen of Swords or like Swords or Pentacles sort of thing in this, like maybe they are a bit plagued by their thoughts with the Ten of Swords. Maybe they don't feel like you are attainable, or they're able to get to you for some reason, like with the Moon. Like maybe there's this kind of mystery or this cloud that they can't quite get through potentially. Maybe they think you've gone through a lot, that and or maybe you don't share their advances, I'm hearing, for some people. But there is this, yeah, there is this connection with the Lovers here, and I think they feel like you marry their personality really well. I feel like they think you're the perfect fit for them. But yeah, with the Ten of Swords, there is this almost sadness to thoughts in some way. So with the King of Swords earlier, maybe they saw you as kind of quite, when you first met, as someone who was quite withdrawn into their thoughts. And maybe you've suffered hurt in the past in terms of love and relationships, or maybe like in terms of this work thing or something like that. And with the Ten of Swords, there's just this there's this need to kind of unblock that energy in terms of like unblocking fears and thoughts and anxieties and shadow aspects and all of that. But yeah, there is this kind of mystery around you and this unattainability potentially, but then there is this connection that you guys share. So maybe if they can't express their love or express like their crush on you, maybe because there's other circumstances happening, they see you as someone that loves deeply, who has such a pure and energetic light that they are just drawn to, and maybe you are a bit like a kind of guiding light through this darkness, through this Moon for them, and maybe it's their own fears and anxieties that are coming up about love that are clouding it, and you're almost like a beacon, like shedding through that. That's also another way that I see that, another interpretation. So let's see what your relationship has been so far. There was a bit of that in there, but that was more like how they see you, like that kind of bursting light and that pure big heart, massive smile, great personality. Like I just see that. So how your relationship has been so far. Interesting. So we've got Two of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe that Ace of Pentacles and how you guys met, that that kind of, like I said, either study or maybe it was like a home, a house share or something like that, or a job. I feel like maybe one of you walked away from that job potentially with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Like maybe you guys, one of you was balancing something else and moved away, or like if, like I said, with the dating sort of thing, if you guys met on an app or something like that, maybe with the Two of Pentacles, like someone started chatting to someone else or something like that. We've also got the Seven of Swords, we have got the Hermit, and we've also got Judgment, and then we've also got the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Pentacles, there's this horse. There's this dedication and persistence to goals. So I feel like someone's goals, maybe their goals, because I'm getting a lot of obviously this is earth, and the horse was obviously earth, so maybe a lot of their higher calling was almost calling to them of what their purpose was, or maybe yours. Maybe both of you felt like you guys had your own paths that you had to tread, and like there's dedication and persistence towards them. And with the Seven of Swords, I feel like maybe you there was like an unstable effort. Maybe things never really got going here, or that kind of thing. Maybe there was almost a plan to maybe go and see each other, or maybe start something, maybe go on dates or something like that, but it never really got moving. Like maybe there was maybe your egos spoke to each other a bit more than actually your like hearts. Maybe you guys, instead of like feeling it and like kind of speaking your truth and all of these things, maybe there was more like it felt a bit gameplay sort of thing. So I feel like you guys both almost took separation from each other with this Hermit. This is again heavy Virgo energy. We've got so much earth, so maybe you have earth placements as well, but you do not necessarily have to. But yeah, with the Hermit, I feel like there was this need to look after your own individual lights and kind of take yourselves away from this outer situation no matter what happened. So I feel like in this Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles in reverse energy, like that Ace of Pentacles moment where you guys were given an opportunity, maybe you or them, as a new opportunity to grow something, whether that's home, finances, career, or study. Like one or maybe both of you dropped what that was, and that made the plan unstable for the other party. So I feel like there was just like, there wasn't really any massive conflict is what I'm hearing, but like it just did not work out in the past. And with the Hermit, yeah, there's this self-reflection, there's this fanning of your own light and hearing your calling, hearing what you are here to do and what your soul is here to do for growth. Both of you are hiring like making your vibration and frequency higher. And yeah, just an alarm bell, like you had to change yourself and change your goals potentially. And you're just both seeking like your own, potentially financial, your job, your career, maybe your home, like your own path, and maybe your paths just aren't aligned at the moment. But with this Judgment, and obviously we had Lovers earlier, I feel like you guys are very independent people independent in yourselves, and have really strong lights, and like I said, bounce off each other well, like almost fit like a glove to a hand sort of thing. And I just heard that in my head, how that sounded. It's fine, Tarot AF, you're fine. And with Judgment, there is almost this higher calling to the relationship potentially as well. So maybe you guys do see that your paths will align maybe in the future, and maybe you just needed that time away. Yeah, it'd be interesting. We're going to get some channeled messages now, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they say and get some more clarity. But yeah, that Judgment is a funny one. Like maybe you both felt your calling to go and do something else, but maybe there is also this feeling that this is something special here between you, but maybe now just wasn't the right time. So I'm heartbroken. I can't switch off my feelings for you. So with the heart, I'm heartbroken. Maybe heartbroken that it didn't work out. Heartbroken that this Two of Pentacles energy didn't work, and Seven of Swords. I just need some time. Hermit going away. So yeah, so maybe there was some instability in the plan, or maybe you guys started a relationship but it didn't really go anywhere, or maybe there was like a secret being kept on one side with that Seven of Swords. Just like just instability, like it wasn't a strong foundation, like it almost promised it could be potentially. And so yeah, so there's this time away, both of you, like time away from one another to maybe hear your calling and hear where you need to go, and maybe your paths will align at a different time, kind of with that judgment higher calling. So Spirit, what else would this person say if they could? What would they say to you, my glorious friends? So I like you a lot. I respect you. I don't know if I'm ready to be in a relationship. I want to take control of this connection, and I wasn't ready before, but I am now, and I'm in survival mode at the moment. So yeah, I think different things will hit for different people here, but there is this time away, there is this time apart, and ultimately there is this respect, and then there is this like as well. But there was some healing that needed to be happening, because they weren't ready, and because maybe they were mending a broken heart, and they weren't ready. If they're not even sure if they want to be in a relationship now. So I feel like they are taking this time to see what they actually want, see what their path is, because I feel like they are so used to like pushing past obstacles and going through any storm and that kind of thing. Maybe this kind of unnerves them and kind of almost spooks the horse, as it were, and kind of throws them off path. Like they're not really sure, and they're not really sure how to cope with the feelings that they're having. But yeah, but then there is this I wasn't ready before, but I am now, and they want to take control. So potentially there is that coming towards you. Like they are in a bit of survival mode, but I feel like they live in survival mode a lot of the time with that horse, like combating obstacles and that kind of thing. So maybe there was just other things that were coming their way. Guys, we've got a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. This is for you, by the way, this is not for them. So yeah, and also adjustments are required, third quarter moon. Maybe that's adjustments in you, adjustments in how you frame this relationship, or adjustments for them, potentially, that they are working through in order for them then to be the best them for this new romantic cycle, potentially, that is happening. We've also got emotions are running high. Yeah, we can see that a lot of emotions are running high at the moment because there's a new romantic cycle. And we've also got surrender to the divine, full moon. Surrender to the divine, basically underneath that judgment card. I mean, that spirit just working in wonderful ways, isn't it? Like maybe surrendering to the divine connection that you are feeling, and there's a reason maybe that your emotions are running high, and or maybe in them as well. But also, like, if you decide that you don't want to let this energy into your life, if you know exactly who this is and they're having some time away, and actually you're like, oh no, maybe this romantic new cycle is someone else, and maybe this adjustment is accepting that, okay, this person may still have a crush on me, but that doesn't mean that I still want to pursue things with them. And maybe your emotions are running high towards someone else, or maybe someone else will kind of bring around this romantic cycle. And just surrender to the fact that the universe wants to bring you new energy, wants to bring you new love, whether that be from someone else who has changed, like someone who's changed in your past, or on your path, like a tongue twister here, or just, yeah, or someone new. And yeah, that energy will come once you release and let go and flood love into the situation. But the adjustments are required. Love Affirmators here for you might give some more context about that, but the adjustments may be within them, or it may just be like how you view this person who was in your life, and the fact that new things are coming. So Spirit, what else do you have to say to my glorious friends? Do you have anything else to say? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we've got 4. But you know what, guys? I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have all of them. because I like you guys. So listening, I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer to, dominate the planet. We've also got curiosity, meeting new people. I remember what a treasure trove of opinions, interests, and stories they have to share. This surrendering to the new divine, surrendering to the new romantic cycle. But these treasures will only be unlocked if I embrace my curiosity. So I'll be curious and you be interesting. Deal? That's all about that listening to people, listening to their truth, listening to what they say and the emotions behind and the passion that they have for life. No scorekeeping. I cut ties with past conflicts. So this may be for people who might consider bringing this person back into their life, this energy, and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Or just, sorry to interrupt whilst I'm reading it, or if you're looking to bring someone else in to your life, like you're not going to scorekeep, like you're not going to allow them to be judged against what someone else has done to you, potentially. Like everyone is their own person, and like I said, an assignment from the divine. So you'll learn things from different people and that kind of thing, and they are not who this person was, if there is someone new. Sorry, beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenets, tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. And we've also got vulnerability. I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. 1, I feel like a kindergartner. 2, everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free. So yeah, I feel like in terms of love, whether it's this person or someone else, there is a need for no scorekeeping. There is a need to listen to this person when they come, no matter what package they come in, whether they look like a red flag, whether they look like exactly who maybe this person was or someone else was in the past. And just remember, like, everyone is a treasure trove. Everyone's got something really interesting about them that you can unlock. And maybe not everyone will be forthcoming with that. Maybe they won't necessarily say the things, but maybe you'll see the passion behind. And yeah, and with a no scorekeeping, like, kind of, your past conflicts do not define you and do not define everyone. And this is a new moment. These are new people or a new person who has changed coming into your life. And you can be vulnerable and talk about your feelings. And yeah, and I feel like, be lighthearted. And I love how we have the otter with this childlike joy, and then we've got speaking of kindergartners, I'm not saying that right, am I? I'm not American, I'm sorry. Like school children, essentially. I feel like a school child, like in terms of that vulnerability card. Like, you feel like you are in the playground talking about love again. Be excited about love. Be excited about what opportunities, who people are. Like, have that playfulness and that curiosity about people, and just approach someone with a new lens. Like, I love the thing with children and their minds, they are so impressive, they are so cool. Like, they just say it how it is, like they just lay it out all on the table, and they're just not afraid to speak their truth. They're not afraid to go through all the emotions under the sun in 2.0 seconds. Like, just make everything easier and be more childlike. Don't hold on to your adult preconceptions or ideas about what love is, and approach everyone as a new person that you will learn and grow from. Pile 4, I'm going to leave that there for you. It was such a joy to read your cards. I really hope something resonated with you today. If you liked this reading and you'd like to see more, please do hit that subscribe button. I really, really hope to see you guys again soon. I'm sending so much love until that moment, hopefully. Bye. Hello my glorious friends of pile 5. So if you picked the aquamarine pebble and these oracle cards, and this is going to be your reading for who has a crush on you. So we have got firstly unicorn and zebra, and we also have all tied up, and we have acceptance. I am learning to accept things that I cannot change. So this is kind of traits, characteristics of this person, so who they are. And with zebra we have got fire, so it could be a fire sign potentially, does not have to be, maybe just have placements, could be a Leo, a Sagittarius or an Aries, but this person is a one in a million kind of person. Is just so unique, and maybe they were caught up in their uniqueness for a bit. Maybe they didn't fully accept it and accept who they were for a long time, but they have this higher wisdom and this inner knowing now, and I feel like they are like really cultured. They have this like absolute burst and love for life. This can also mean like transformative and change with this zebra. So maybe like, and it can sometimes be like pack your bags, the world is calling. So maybe they really like change the way other people think, and like are like diverse in that way, and help people think outside the box. Maybe they like travel or that kind of thing. I just see a lot of potentials for this card, but ultimately they are this like this unique unicorn kind of, and this is your sixth chakra, sorry, with the third eye, like I don't know why I can't speak today. I'm so sorry, loves. But yeah, with this all tied up, I feel like maybe they are all tied up in a situation at the moment, which is kind of confusing for them, as they usually can cut through and kind of listen to their intuitive voice and kind of move past obstacles. But maybe they're kind of having to accept where they are and accept who they are, and what situations have left them into this all tied up state potentially, is what I'm hearing. So there could be a couple of different energies in here in terms of what that all tied up means. Like maybe they're tied up in another relationship, or tied up in the thoughts of another relationship, and they're having to accept that they can't change what's happened, and they can learn from it and change their actions in order to move forward. Or maybe they feel tied up in one area of their life. But we'll get some more cards for some context. So we're going to get how you guys met. So that will help me bring some context around. So yeah, let's get those. But I think they are someone that probably challenges people's perceptions and thoughts, and maybe potentially boundaries and that kind of way. Yeah, so we've got the King of Wands firstly. So this is how you met. So I'll get some more cards firstly. That's the fear of this. I always just want to jump straight in and just start like chatting. But Spirit's like, nope, wait for everything to unfold. So Spirit, how did pile 5 meet this person? We also have the Knight of Wands. So I'm going to say it. I think you both have these fiery personality types, these fiery kind of wills, passions, desires of what you want to achieve. We've got a lot of people cards. So with this all tied up, potentially like they are tied up maybe with someone else, or maybe there was a couple of like people in the periphery or something like that when you first met. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they were going through a tower moment, a kind of sudden shock maybe in their relationship or something, which made them like break down all of their like walls of what they thought love could be, and they had to kind of start afresh, maybe, potentially. But we've got this like King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and this Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. So potentially we have this we potentially have a fiery energy and a kind of sword energy. So we could have a fire sign, which could be the zebra, could be this person. So like I said earlier, Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. And we could have this swords, maybe air kind of sign. So we could have a Libra, an Aquarius or a Gemini, but it does not have to be. But these could be the two kind of players in our story, as it were. So I feel like one person, or maybe it's just like how you match each other. So there's a lot of different personality types here. So I feel like you guys, or one person in particular, is very like willful, determined. Like with this, like this is again traveling, and so maybe I get the sense it's probably more zebra here, so who is an instigator of change, who changes their circumstances, feels its intuitive higher wisdom, and fuels their passion into everything, and is kind of like fun loving, and can almost not even tie down their shadow side, maybe let their shadow side run wild a bit, and maybe their inner lion as well, like they're ferocious after what they want and their desires, and yeah, there's this like restlessness and fervent energy here, like this need to change direction, to travel, to journey, and to create and direct their creative spark and energy into things. And then on the other side, we also have this Page of Swords, Queen of Swords energy. So this could be more you as a person, but if you identify as that as well, maybe you guys are quite similar in some ways. And this is all about how you met, so I'll get onto that. Sorry, there's just quite a lot of personality bits to unpick. And with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, I feel like maybe you are I think you have this like passion for knowledge, and this passion for ideas and new ideas, and trying to ground them, and you've got this raw energy with the Page of Swords, like a student to life, as it were, and you're curious and almost childlike in that quality of like you've got so many ideas, and you're kind of like grounding them and letting them see how they play. And there's almost this teetering on the edge of life, like almost pushing the boundaries of conceptions and that kind of thing. And with the Queen of Swords though, we also have this kind of established thought. So it's so interesting because we've got Queen and King here, and then a Page and a Knight as well. So it's almost like you both have this raw energy which you want to direct into things, and you are also both a master of that. So it's almost like you both had a new way of that you want, like a new thought or an intuitive spark that you both wanted to go after. And with the Queen of Swords, maybe you are this kind of, you love making a plan, like you love a to-do list potentially, or just like sometimes with the Queen of Swords, it's someone who is a bit of a realist, but there is also this dream aspect. So I feel like your dreams are large, but you know how to make them into a plan, an achievable plan for yourself. But with the Tower moment, this is really how I see you guys, well, this is how you guys really met, because these are all personality traits and aspects. So with the Tower, like there is this sudden shock, there is this almost this divine upheaval, as it were, like connection that has brought you together. This almost maybe a massive event. Maybe we're talking about, for some people, maybe it's Corona Rona, who, you know, almost shattered everything like that you knew, potentially the security that you had built, or the conceptions that you had built in your life, all of your plan, and it's kind of like left you with the foundations. Or it could have just been a big event like that for you, maybe like just an intervention into your plan and what you were creating and doing, that left you feeling like you were starting at ground zero, but actually it allowed you to awaken to maybe a higher purpose and a higher spirituality. So maybe it was like the breakdown of a relationship for one person, or maybe it was, like I said, Rona, and that made you, like you had to move, or something like that, and you were brought together through kind of that kind of turmoil or something. But there was a major event that probably happened around the same time for both of you, that landed you guys in the same position, where you were both in this, like you were both established thinkers, both had your kind of paths. They had almost their creativity, you had like your dreams and your kind of plan that you wanted to attain, and you were almost at this stage where you were almost being a student again, like letting your kind of allowing raw energy to enter, but knowing exactly where to direct it, but not being so harsh on yourself and so practical because of whatever you went through. So I want to get what they think of you. So we've got the 7 of Cups, and we've also got the Wheel. So with the Wheel next to that Tower, I feel like you are someone that has almost like, and we've also got the Chariot, has almost come at them, and it's almost like a lucky meeting that is like, it feels almost fated. Like the wheel of life is spinning, and like I'm hearing everything happens for a reason. Like this was like, no matter what hardships you guys face, no matter what turmoil the Tower brought around, that psychological upheaval, like there's this light at the end of it, and there's almost this like life still goes on. I'm hearing Obla Di Obla Da, the Beatles song, like la 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 la, life goes on. I also had, sorry, in my head as I was shuffling earlier, I meant to tell you guys, I had I can't get you out of my head as well, which, yeah, I feel might resonate for some people. So we've got 7 of Cups, we've got the Wheel, the Chariot, Justice, and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like this person thinks of you, like I said, as this almost new opportunity, this roll of the dice, this new almost fated thing that's come about for them. And with the 7 of Cups, like maybe they you have lots of dreams, like I said, in front of you, lots of avenues that you could potentially go, and maybe not all of them are for you, and you're cutting through your options at the moment. And with the Chariot, there is this maybe obstacle that's stopping you pursuing your kind of goal and where you want to go. Maybe it's still this Tower moment, maybe it's still that recovery from there, or maybe they see you as someone who can push past those obstacles no matter what and learn from your past, and you find truth in it, because we've got like this sword energy underneath the Queen of Swords. This like, you can find the truth of the matter and you can move past, and maybe you've had a lot of fears and anxieties and maybe it's set you back, but there is this cutting through, and there is ability, you have this rare ability to accept and learn, like this acceptance here, from your past in order to move forward. But there are maybe some kind of demons, fears and anxieties that you are working through at the moment. But with this Knight of Wands, like how they are basically, how they're like this untamed wild person, I feel like they see you as someone who has got their tamed their shadow side, as it were, like tamed where you are going, and your Chariot, like you're on your destination, you're going full pelt ahead because you know your destination, you know where you're going, like you take the whole of yourself into what you're doing, and you are honest and truthful with yourself. And no matter what is in your head, no matter what illusions you may be cutting through, like emotionally illusions, and any fears and anxieties, like you're not afraid to do the hard work in order to keep playing the game of life and keep moving forward. There is this like trust and faith that things are going to happen for you and unravel, as it were. And I don't think, maybe there was a lot of fear and psychological upheaval, like I said, from this Tower moment, whatever it was, like your significant event for you. But yeah, I feel like you've addressed that, and I feel like they almost admire you for that if they still feel tied up in theirs. Maybe they see you as someone that they really looked up to in that way. Like, not everyone has got their stuff together, no one has all of their stuff together, no one has everything in check, but they admire how much you have done already up until this point, and how you're still willing, no matter what life throws at you, to step up to the plate and trust that there is a path for you and there is something coming your way with this wheel. Like on misfortune there's this luck, and we've obviously got the dice, and there's a lot of like gaming is what I'm hearing, and like I think you're not afraid to roll the dice of life and keep going. So yeah, so that's what they think of you. So let's see what the relationship has been so far as well. So this could be events, or yeah, maybe what's happened in your relationship as well. But yeah, we've had like a lot of like horse energy in all of our cards so far. So I feel like you guys both have this like tenacity and this dedication and determination towards your dreams and your goals, and yeah, this forward movement no matter what happens. So we've got the 2 of Swords. We also have Justice again. and we have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. So, who's crushing on you? So I feel like what's happened so far is there's this kind of like, maybe for some of you, you knew this person before the Tower moment, and maybe there was some separation and distance, and it almost brought you back together. And with the Justice, there's this kind of like past actions and this karma, this kind of karmic balancing, as it were. So maybe they were brought about from your past and kind of into your kind of future. But it might not be for everyone that, but I kind of see with this 2 of Swords and this 5 of Swords, like there was almost this like this stalemate that happened, maybe like between mind and heart. Maybe one of you was unsure, and maybe it felt like it was going somewhere or that kind of thing, and it never really took off. Or maybe one of you wasn't quite ready to open up in that way, open up in the new direction that this was taking. And yeah, I just see like there was one path that they were treading, and maybe it took them a long time, or maybe it took you a long time to kind of accept that this was a new path, especially because of that Tower moment. Like, and there was almost this denying your intuition and your emotions in this, and instead following your thoughts and being thrown into your head. And that almost, it felt like a victory because you were listening to yourself, but actually you weren't listening to the right voice. So it's more of a defeat. Like, that's almost like winning the battle but not winning the war. Like, or maybe it felt like, maybe I'm hearing rebound, but or distraction, but I'm not saying that one of you guys used the other for that, but maybe it was like a distraction from all that was happening that brought you together. But actually I'm hearing we found love from Life is a Roller Coaster, so don't fight it. So maybe I don't know what that voice was, I'm sorry. But maybe like, because Life is a Roller Coaster, that was Ronan Keating, if you didn't know. But yeah, I feel like maybe you guys found love in a hopeless place. Rihanna, we found love. You guys have got me singing, I don't know what it is. But yeah, maybe maybe you guys found, like, there were so many thoughts and maybe past actions potentially that kept throwing you away from it, but at the end of it there's this like full heart, there's this community of like-minded individuals, and maybe you guys had a connection in some way. Maybe it was friends with benefits, or maybe, you know, you were just each other's shoulder for a long time. And with this 6 of Wands, I feel like there is this like celebration and victory of maybe one person or the other person. Maybe someone like, I don't know, got out of a sticky situation with that Tower moment. Maybe one person moved past it, the other person hadn't quite done that. And there's almost this victory, there's a celebration, or potentially both of you. Maybe there was a victory with this relationship. Maybe this is really, really new, or maybe in the really early stages, and it feels like you guys have connected. And that's why I was singing, there's a bass line note, maybe like making music together, like making your kind of song, as it were, your journey. But yeah, I do feel like there's almost a spotlight on it, and almost a spotlight on the emotions that are coming up potentially. But maybe there's, on one side or maybe both sides, there's still a few thoughts and maybe defeat from either what happened in that Tower moment, maybe if it was another relationship, a previous relationship, the kind of past that has not been quite let go yet. And in order to change the kind of current circumstances. But I do see this kind of like, there does seem to be kind of like a full heart, like some emotion here between the two of you. But whether that is platonic or more, you guys will know if you know who this is and who I am talking about. I wish it was that simple where I could just be like, it's this person. But it's all energies, and energies change as well, so I can't say it's Dan from finance, or, you know, Patricia from reception, or whatever, or Patricia is the boss. Actually, she's a boss person. Sorry, I've got some cards down the side. Okay, I don't know who Dan and Patricia are, but sorry if you're watching. So we've got, these are channel messages from them, so what they'd love to say to you. So I'm not in a good place right now. 5 of Swords, 2 of Swords, like they're still in this potentially stagnant stalemate energy, and like I said, feel like they've maybe had a small victory, won the battle but not the war. Like they've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and also with that Tower moment, like I said about distractions, maybe this was like, this relationship maybe like felt like it relieved some of the stress and anxiety they were feeling, but actually they hadn't confronted all the demons that they were feeling. So actually yeah, maybe they weren't in the headspace, as it were. And I want to start over. Maybe it didn't, like with the Tower moment, like how you guys met, maybe if you guys like met in this sudden upheaval and everything, and maybe they weren't in their best place and able to show who they truly were, as it were, and maybe they didn't treat you right, and so there is this want to kind of start afresh, start over with a new lens. And thank you for being you. Like I said, I feel like there's so much admiration here. You are absolutely stunning. I love how ambitious you are, and my mind is full of you. We've got so many thoughts like being thrown into their head at the moment, and with that, thank you for being you. Like I feel like you have been through the mill as well, and you are still ambitious, you still have plans, you still know where you want to go despite all of that, and you know you're going to get out. Like there's also, I trust you, you are enough, and I wish I knew how you felt. So yeah, they are thrown into their heads, and maybe they feel like this is almost a bit of an illusion, everything's happened, or maybe they feel like their actions haven't spoken to you, sort of thing. But there is this trust here with that 10 of Cups. Like there is that connection emotionally here, and there is this like fondness, and they do feel like you are enough. They do feel like you are a full heart, someone that they can approach, and I think they just wish they knew if there's a bit of separation now, or if you're off doing your ambitious victory, like with the 6 of Wands, maybe you're off being like in the spotlight and you're finding the spotlight of your life, as it were, because you know you are enough, and you should know that you are enough just the way you are. Then I think if they're not talking to you, they wish they knew how you felt about this situation, and whether you were still stuck on them and their mind. But I think there's just this undoubtedly this feeling of thank you for being you, and thank you for teaching me all the lessons that you have taught me, because maybe their actions, like with that I want to start over, all of their actions, maybe they wish they could go back and rewrite the song. Yeah. And I was singing earlier, wasn't I? Or saying earlier, I can't get you out of my head. My mind is full of you. There we go. I knew you guys needed to hear that. So I'm not just singing for no apparent reason. So the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So maybe if you're like, Tara AF, you're telling me all of this. You're telling me that their mind is full of me, but they've never actually shown me anything. Well, maybe that communication is coming towards you, the answers that you need. And like I said, actions speak louder than words. So yes, the communication may come in, but actually it's the action that they show, and will kind of help you with an answer as well. We've also got conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, and we've also got look at the bigger picture. So with conclusions are within reach, so maybe it's the end of this cycle, maybe it's the end of the cycle of this phase of your relationship, or a conclusion of the relationship as it is now. If you know exactly who this is and you're like, I don't want to continue with this relationship or allow this energy to come in, yeah, they may still fancy me, but I don't really want to get messed up in those feelings. Or if you're like, I do want this person, and I'm waiting for them to like give me the answers and kind of conclude this state, maybe if you are separated, then I feel like there is going to be a resolve, because the answers to the questions that you're waiting for. And we'd look at the bigger picture. Like I've said this to quite a few groups, a few piles now, that, you know, this person was sent to you as an assignment from the divine, and there's this almost look at the bigger picture of it. What have you learned from this person? Even if you don't want to pursue anything with them, like, you have still learned something from them, if that's how you don't want to be treated, or if that's how to find your independence and how to be strong and look after yourself, or whether it is like the bigger picture of, okay, there's a few actions that have thrown me into my head, or that kind of thing, but actually we do have this 10 of Cups, we do have this love. So that might read for different people. So firstly we have Grace, and I will read the card. I'm just going to get some more for you. So Spirit, do you have anything else you'd like to say for my glorious friends of pile 5? Oh, okay. Do you know what, guys? Don't tell the other piles, because you guys are last, and don't write it in the comments, but I'm going to let you have them. I'm going to read them quickly though, because there's quite a few. So, okay, Grace. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off centre. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when the crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey bath monster. Celebration. When I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm a good guy, and that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? Boundaries. I claim my right to set healthy boundaries, and I allow people to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken and sometimes it's given, and sometimes if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. Sensuality. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means you're savouring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the senses. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you, the taste of an orange, the sound of the forest, the texture of corduroy. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savour whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if it means you're being sensual. Gross. Boundless love. Okay. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and I'll walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over and over again, and with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. Depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. Honesty. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is, honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tootin' trust parade, and everyone's invited except the bagpipe players, but you know they'll show up anyway. So I feel like there for you guys, like, hopefully, I know that's like advice overload, but I feel like there's different things in there for different people. But ultimately, like, have your healthy boundaries set out. Be honest with yourself, be honest, and look through the lens of love. Don't look through the lens of fear and the fear of maybe what other people have said to you or thrown at you that has thrown you off center. And like, even if someone has been a complete douchebag or has like been a bit of a bullshitter, sort of thing, a crappy poo-poo face, whatever you want to call them, like, don't allow their energy to affect yours. Like, you are a radiator, you are not a drain. Don't allow drains to bring you down. And with boundless love, like, you walk tall, you walk proud, you know that you are capable of love, you celebrate in other people's love, and you find the depth of other people. Be honest with yourself and be honest with people, especially if they hurt you. And if you don't want this person to be crushing on you or that kind of thing, or you don't want them in that way, like, there are so many people out there. And set your boundaries, set your strength, and have grace, and yeah, celebrate the love around you, and the love, whether that's from your friends, your family, because you have so many people around you. And look after yourself. You know, like it said, buy champagne, buy chocolate, like treat yourself as the person, the king or queen you guys are. So my lovely pile 5, I'm going to leave that there for you. It's been such a roller coaster with you guys, such a joy. Thank you so much if you're still watching, if you're still around. If you'd like to see more, please do hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you guys again. I am sending so much love as always. I hope it resonated with you, and I'd love to hear in the comments if it did. But until next time, I hope to see you then. Bye.